Hi, my name is Louis Sedano, and today I'm going to be talking to you about social media. Social media has a ton of negative and positive aspects from everybody. People all around the world use it. People always have an opinion on it, and they never stop using it. If you look on someone's phone over their shoulder, you'll see that they're probably on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, some type of social media aspect. And the main reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about social media was because I'm an addict with social media, but I can honestly tell you the negatives and the positives of all type of social medias. We can tell that Facebook and Snapchat has definitely changed all of our lives. The silly filters and the little um, apps that have the news and have MTV and have all of these BuzzFeed and all these interesting things that can just show us around the world and give us fun little facts of the entire universe. Honestly, they tell us things about the social aspect and things. They show us the solar system, they show us movies, they show us everything that we need. And it's crazy because we just have this one little galaxy in our hands. We can have an iPhone, an actual Galaxy Samsung, and it gives us the ability to go around the world without even having to move, which that can both be a positive and a negative. Because as a positive, yes, we get to see everything and we get to look around and just keep going on our phones. But at the end of the day, the negative, we're still becoming these robots. We're still becoming these social network fiends that we just don't stop staring at our phone. And I guess I'll keep saying it. I'm addicted. I love social media. I love Snapchat, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, Tinder, all of these things. But it's the whole thing of I haven't gone to a library in over, say, a year, other than studying for finals, about a year. And it was mainly because I had to study for finals or I had to go for an assignment. It wasn't because I just wanted to study something new. In my parents' age, it was more like I have to go to the library because I have to do this assignment, I have to get this textbook, I have to find the information. Now it's like Google. I'll just go on Google, or I can go on BuzzFeed, or I can go to find this new recipe on recipe.com, or Facebook shows me a whole bunch of recipes there. It's it's right on our fingers, and we're spoiled with it. It's not a regular just open a book and read from the book. It's more like go on my phone, read what's on my phone, look at what's going on. Everything, we can say that it is positive, and of course it's a positive thing. We have the convenience of just having everything at the tip of our fingers, but at the same time, it's kind of a negative because we don't really see the reality of things. We don't see the person, the actual person that posted up that post on Instagram and looks amazing with all the filters. We don't see the actual person saying that status. That sounds kind of ignorant, but at the same time, you like it because you kind of agree with it. You don't know that person's real mentality. So I just feel like with Instagram and Facebook and Tumblr and all these social medias, you just never get to really know that person. You really never get to know what type of person they are or where they're coming from. So it really shows you that when going through all of these social media sites, it teaches you a lot. For example, Instagram. When I first started Instagram, it was one of biggest my biggest things to go on my phone. It was the first thing that I would look at. I would scroll through my phone, and the first thing I would press Instagram or Facebook. And I would go on Instagram mainly for the filters, mainly because those filters, there wasn't any actual filters going on the iPhone or on Galaxies back before, until Instagram actually came out. Other than, the simple filters that they put on cameras or anything, they never had like the cool filters. I had Noir or Fade or anything. They had just regular black or white or the almond penny color. So it really upgraded a lot of things. It really showed that you could edit photos and you could do little cool things so you could feel like a photographer. So it just brought out all of these creative skills that you could use for photos, which was actually really interesting because that actually brought out a big passion of my own, which was photography. I didn't realize how much I would appreciate photography until I started just taking random photos on Instagram and Snapchat. Snapchat also is a big thing because Snapchat now they have all these geotags and they have all these filters with the little dog and all these cool little gadgets that you can use, which is really interesting because before, if you had Snapchat around 2012, 2013, it didn't have that. Snapchat was one of the ways of sending someone a picture, and once they opened it, they opened it. They couldn't screenshot it, they couldn't send anyone a message, they couldn't do anything. It's just you open it and it's gone forever. And that was pretty cool. That was the main reason why I got it, so I could just send a message and then it just goes away. But now it's like they're making social media always does this upgrade that once it has an upgrade, it shows you that you can it does a whole bunch of extra things such as geotags and filters and adding like those face filters and just doing things to bring in the customer. And at the same end of the day, it's not really healthy for the customer because that's all they do, that's all they stare at. They only stare at their phone, they don't pay attention to their surroundings anymore. And that's like a big negative situation, which is funny because recently I was on my phone and I was just on my phone the whole time, and then my girlfriend, she's telling me something and she's just talking to me and talking and talking, and I'm like, yeah. And you know, girls, they love to listen. They love when you listen. So I was like, yeah, babe, and the whole time I was just scrolling, and then she was telling me something serious, and then I looked up and she's just there like, why aren't you listening to me? And I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I should like lock my phone. And she took away my phone, and then that's when I like finally listened and everything. And I was just like, wow, there's a lot going on. And another big thing, news. News has become one of the most convenient things to look for. You don't even have to go to New York One or an ABC News or any of that to look at the news. Now you could just go through your phone and just find anything that's going on, such as, for example, what actually recently just happened, which, rest in peace, and I'm really sorry, but what happened in Orlando with the shooting and everything, everyone found out mainly through social media. That's how people found out to not go into the club. That's how people saw the situation happen, which was extremely sad, but it just really became noticed by social media. The club itself went on Facebook, sent a message saying to not go into the nightclub because there's something bad going on and cops are around. There was people from standing online saying that they were hearing things. It's crazy how like social media can actually help so much for such as like in Alfred State, and to go to the cafeteria, I can go on Twitter and I can just see like what they have for the food and what meal they have. It's interesting. I find social media to be very convenient, but at the same time, it has its positives and its negatives because then you start to rely on social media way too much. You start to rely on it taking photos and having a filter and just looking like that, and people expect you to look like that, but then in reality you don't look like that, and it kind of just it shows how, yeah, we're in the future, but at the same time, it's the relevance of social media kind of hurts us because it keeps us quiet. It doesn't help us learn. It doesn't help us read. Doesn't It's just not the same thing as reading a book. Now we have the Nook, and now we have all these things. It's just technology, social media, all in general. It's just a positive and a negative. But I'm glad that I got to get all of this out because social media is actually one of the most important things for me. And I really want to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's a positive or a negative? Let me know.